Alright, hey, I just like to talk about all the trapping equipment I have and all the traps and gear I have, some of the boxes, what wax I use, the stretchers, how to set the traps, the chains, all that stuff. So, alright, let me show you. Here I have some of my 160s that I use to trap groundhog and raccoon and possum, things like that. I have 6 of those. One of them's not here because it's set. Okay. My footholds. Let's see, I have most of them are number 2s, number 2 Victors, but I also have a couple. I have let's see here. Let's see. This one right here is a 1.5 coil spring by Duke. Very good company. I recommend them to new trappers. This is a number 2 by Victor. You can tell by the, Victor. Number 2 Victor, number 2 Victor. These two, however, are number 1 3/4 coil spring. And I'm pretty happy with them. They really work. They really hold the animal. Let's see, I've caught a couple raccoons with all these traps, and I haven't caught a groundhog yet, but I'm really trying. I'm really hoping, because they're a pest to my neighbor. Alright, next we have my 110s. I use these for mink, muskrat, squirrel, and things of that nature. You just do a little bit of pest control. Some of the chains I use, these are about 5 feet long chains I use to chain off my traps so they can be anchored and the animal won't pull them. My Conibear setters, I'll show you how to set some of these traps in a moment here. Just bear with me. My wax. It's a little, it's white wax, scentless. If you're wondering what all these things are, it's a mink cubby. Yeah, I had some spare parts of lumber, so I used them to make them. No, that is not brick. It's actually wood that looks like brick. This is a muskrat feeder box. You put the trap right here. Put the bait right here. You put 2 traps right there or there. I made it so I could put either a foot trap or a 110. Some more of them. This one here is a box that you put the 110 right here, and it comes in, snap. This one I made on my own. You put a number 1 coil spring right here, so it sits nice and good. Put your bait right back here, your apples or carrots or yada 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 yada, that kind of stuff. Set it here, and the animal comes along, snap, and you have them. Let's see. I have some wire here that I'll wire it off, and when it dives down, it'll slip and drown. Some gloves. The black ones are water gloves, and the other ones are fox gloves, so don't get the scent on anything. My drags. These are my trapping drags. If I can't get a stake in the ground or anything like that, I'll set them in the ground, connect them to my foothold, and then toss them into a nice, good area where they'll get caught up. Alright, some more of my staking methods. The bottom one I'm trying, it's a dog leash holder thing, but I don't see why it wouldn't work for an animal. Seeing you stake your trap to this, you screw this down into the ground. You'll have to camouflage this up a bit, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. I mean, works with dogs, why wouldn't it work with something like a fox or something? Some rebar stakes. This is just an old axe handle I attached a hook to so I could get my traps out of the water. Let's see here. My dirt sifter for trapping fox. Some lures. The one on the right is a fox and coyote call. The one on the right is a raccoon call. These are, let me pick them up here. They're pan covers for fox and coyote, because they kind of go together. But anyway, my special trowel for fox and that, I'm really trying to get a fox this year. I'm really kind of depressed I didn't get one. Just a little squirrel trap I've been using to get some chipmunks, some pest chipmunks. They walk in, it closes, and they can't get out. Alright. Now you've probably seen them already, but some skins I got. Let's see, all of them are, let's see. They're all groundhog except for the tail. That's a beaver. That was a really nice beaver too. I'm not a professional trapper. I'm not endorsed or any of that, so I'm a very bad skinner. This is actually my first year. So I tried doing those two like beaver. Look how they turned out. These two I'm actually kind of proud of, but I don't have a fleshing board yet, so those poor little groundhogs still have a bit of flesh on them. I'll scrape off with a knife or something. Alright, excuse me. I'll show you how to set some traps now. Just hold on a moment. Alright. Coil springs. Coil springs, you have the actual coils down here. This is the plate. You want to keep it a bit loose. This one's a bit rusty, as you'd probably noticed. This is the dog right here. Very, very, very important. If you don't have this, you don't have a trap. You have a hunk of metal. The jaws that catch the animal. And these, I'm not sure what the technical name for it is, but these plates put pressure, or these coils put pressure on it to push them up, holding the trap closed. Now I'll show you how to set it. Now you're gonna compress this spring and this spring. If you're a new trapper, you're gonna have to use your feet, but after a while you'll learn how to do it on your knee and hands. Let me just get this set for you. You open the jaws. You put the dog under a little notch that's on the pan. And you just let go very gently, because it might snap on you. And there we have it. It's nice and set, and an animal, all an animal has to do is come along. Let's see, what do I have to stick in it right now? Let me grab a stick real quick, please. An animal comes along, they're walking along, and it catches them. Nice, good old catch. It's a very strong trap for being, in a barn for like probably 8 years, I think, since the owner passed away. Alright, next the conibears. These are 110s. These have a bit of a different anatomy. This part right here is the trigger. This is the dog. Basically all traps have dogs. This is the spring. These are the jaws, little notches to keep them together. And you set this by squeezing this spring, which I can't really do because I'm a 90-pound weakling. But yeah, I'll just show you. Let's see if I can get this steady. Alright, let me show you how to set this bad boy. And you gotta be careful with every single trap. If this caught me in my fingers, they'd be broken. No doubt about it. No doubt in my mind whatsoever. You squeeze it really hard. Sorry. Then you put the dog in this little notch. Gotta be very careful at this point. See how it's nice and in there? You very carefully let go. And that's to set 110 conibear. And if this is the animal's head, you put it at the entrance of a burrow or something like that. They come in. They just come in, and it's not working for me. Great. Sorry. They come in, you're going to have this stabilized so it's not going to flop around. I don't have it stabilized because concrete. They come in, and squeezes them. Now 110, that means the pounds of pressure it's putting on these two spots. So if you're a 1 pound, you know, muskrat is a pretty big muskrat. 110 pounds on your neck and spine, you're gonna be dead in about a quarter of a millisecond, which is really, really, really fast. Alright, what other kind of traps do I got? The 160s are the same, but they're a lot bigger, so you're gonna need that tool right there to set them. You'll put the... Here, I can't really do it right now since I don't have a cameraman yet. Cameraman, I guess. Those two the top notches you see, you put them right there. And right